Mount Kailash, home to Shiva and Parvati, stands tall among the clouds, its peaks shrouded in ancient mystery and spiritual power. This sacred mountain has witnessed countless legends, but none as poignant as the tale that unfolds at its very doorstep. At the entrance to Parvati's chambers, a young boy stood guard, strong, determined, and holding only a staff. His eyes shone with purpose, and his stance was unwavering, as if he were the very gatekeeper of destiny itself. His single command was clear and absolute: let no one enter while his mother bathed. He took this duty to heart, treating it as the most important task in the world. This boy, Ganesha, was created by Parvati herself, shaped from her own essence. He knew only loyalty to her, his devotion pure and unbreakable, his sense of duty forged by love. Suddenly, Shiva returned from deep meditation in the wild forests, his mind filled with cosmic thoughts, expecting to enter his home as he always had. He was surprised to find a boy blocking his way, a stranger standing where there should have been none. Shiva, unaccustomed to being stopped, demanded entry with the authority of a god and the impatience of a husband longing for his family. Ganesha, unaware this was his father, refused, standing firm by his mother's order. He would not be swayed, not even by the forceful presence before him. Shiva tried to explain, his words growing more urgent, but Ganesha cared only for his mother's word, his loyalty unshaken by pleas or threats. The standoff grew tense, a cosmic clash of wills between father and son, neither recognizing the other, both believing they were right. Shiva's frustration mounted. Ganesha's resolve never wavered. The air crackled with tension, as if the mountain itself held its breath. In a flash of anger, Shiva drew his trident, and, in a moment that would echo through eternity, severed the boy's head. The act was swift, irreversible, and filled with cosmic consequence. Ganesha's body fell, the path cleared, but a terrible act had been committed. Silence descended, heavy with sorrow and regret. The story of loss, transformation, and wisdom had begun. From this moment of tragedy, a new chapter in the cosmic order would soon unfold. Sometimes, the greatest lessons start with a single, irreversible moment. A moment that changes everything and teaches us the true meaning of loyalty, sacrifice, and destiny. Parvati's loneliness grew as Shiva spent ages in meditation, leaving her alone in Kailash. Yearning for companionship, she desired a child who was truly her own. Parvati, goddess of creation, decided to act. She mixed turmeric, sandalwood, and earth, shaping a boy from her own hands. Breathing life into him, she created Ganesha, a son born of her will and love alone. Ganesha was not just a child, but a pure extension of Parvati's creative power. His devotion to her was absolute, his existence a testament to the strength of the feminine principle. In Ganesha, Parvati found the companion she had always longed for. Ganesha, born from the very essence of Parvati, was not just a child, he was a creation of love, devotion, and divine will. His existence was simple yet profound: to love and protect his mother above all else. His very first task was to stand guard at the door while Parvati bathed, allowing no one to enter, no matter who they were. For Ganesha, this was not a mere chore or duty. It was his entire universe, the purpose for which he had been brought to life. He knew nothing of the gods, cosmic laws, or the world's complexities. He understood only his mother's command, and that was enough. His identity was beautifully simple. He was the steadfast guardian of his mother's door, unwavering and pure in his purpose. When Shiva, the great god, arrived, Ganesha's refusal to let him pass was not out of arrogance or defiance, but out of pure innocence and unshakable loyalty. To Ganesha, Shiva was simply a stranger, someone who threatened the promise he had made to his beloved mother. Ganesha's creation by Parvati alone symbolized a natural, unfiltered existence, one bound to the material world, to simple rules, and to the purity of a child's heart. His unwavering sense of duty and innocence set the stage for a lesson that would echo through the cosmos. What happens when personal loyalty and love collide with the authority of the universe itself? Ganesha's innocence, so pure and unwavering, would soon meet the detached cosmic power of Shiva. The conflict was inevitable, a meeting of two worlds, each with its own truth and purpose. Sometimes the purest intentions and the simplest hearts are called to face the greatest challenges, shaping destinies in ways no one could foresee. After a long and profound meditation, Shiva finally returned home, his mind still echoing with the silence of the mountains. But as he approached his own doorway, he was met with an unexpected sight. A young boy, unknown to him, standing guard and blocking his path. This boy was Ganesha, Parvati's son, who stood resolute, staff in hand, unwavering in his mission. He had been given a simple but sacred order by his mother: let no one pass. Shiva introduced himself, expecting the boy to step aside. But Ganesha, loyal to his mother above all, refused to yield. His sense of duty stronger than any fear or doubt. The standoff grew tense. Shiva's attendants, seasoned and powerful, tried to reason with Ganesha, then to move him by force, but the boy's resolve was unbreakable. Empowered by Parvati's blessings, Ganesha overcame every challenge, defeating Shiva's followers with surprising strength and determination. His actions were not born of anger or pride, but from a deep sense of responsibility, a child's pure devotion to his mother's word. This was no ordinary family quarrel. It was a profound clash between personal loyalty and the vast, impersonal authority of the divine. Ganesha stood for love, attachment, and the bonds of family. Shiva for detachment, discipline, and the greater cosmic order. Both were right in their own way, yet their truths could not exist together in this moment. Ganesha's innocence kept him from seeing the larger consequences of his actions, his world limited to the threshold he guarded. Shiva's detachment, meanwhile, made him blind to the boy's perspective, unable to feel the emotional weight of the moment. Their confrontation was inevitable, a necessary collision of two worlds, each with its own truth and purpose. Sometimes, the call of the heart and the demands of the universe pull us in opposite directions, and no easy answer can be found. In the stillness before the storm, both sides braced for what would come next, knowing that the outcome would change everything. In this charged moment, the seeds of transformation were quietly sown, setting the stage for a story that would echo through eternity. The battle was fierce. Ganesha, empowered by his mother, was unstoppable. Shiva's attendants fell before the boy's will. Shiva's annoyance turned to fury. This was a challenge to his cosmic authority. Ganesha's stubbornness became a symbol of ego, personal rules over universal truth. Shiva intervened, seeing not a child, but an obstacle to be removed. With his trident, Shiva struck, severing Ganesha's head. The act was brutal, but in myth, it was transformation, not punishment. Shiva destroyed a limited identity to make way for higher wisdom. The beheading was not rage, but a necessary breaking of the ego. Sometimes, the destruction of the old is the only path to something greater. Ganesha's severed head symbolized the destruction of the limited self, the ego. Shiva, as destroyer, removes not life, but the illusions and attachments that block true wisdom. The act was not punishment, but a harsh lesson. To grow, the old self must be sacrificed. We all defend our identities, just as Ganesha defended the door. But spiritual growth demands letting go of who we think we are. Shiva's action was the death of the small self for the birth of the greater self. The story is not tragedy, but transformation. Sometimes, losing the old is the only way to gain the infinite. Parvati emerged to find her son lifeless, her joy shattered. Her grief turned to cosmic rage, Shakti's fury unleashed. She transformed into Kali, threatening to destroy the universe itself. The gods trembled, knowing the world's balance was broken. Parvati's rage symbolized the need for balance between wisdom and compassion, consciousness and energy. Shiva's lesson in ego had come at a terrible cost. The gods pleaded with Shiva to restore Ganesha. Realizing the crisis, Shiva promised to bring their son back. Healing the rift required honoring both spiritual truth and a mother's love. To revive Ganesha, Shiva sent his attendants to find a new head. They returned with the head of a noble elephant, symbol of wisdom and strength. Shiva placed it on Ganesha's body and breathed life into him. Ganesha was reborn, now a blend of human devotion and elephant wisdom. His new form symbolized the ideal living in the world, but not trapped by it. The elephant head brought vast understanding, patience, and adaptability. Ganesha became the embodiment of wisdom that overcomes obstacles. The transformation was complete, a limited self replaced by a universal one. Ganesha's story became a map for spiritual growth. Sometimes true wisdom is born from loss and renewal. Shiva not only restored Ganesha, but elevated him. He declared Ganesha the remover of obstacles, to be worshipped first in every new beginning. Ganesha's story is the ultimate lesson in overcoming ego, the greatest obstacle of all. By honoring Ganesha first, we ask for help clearing our own inner barriers. He stands at every threshold, guiding us with wisdom and humility. Worshipping him reminds us that success begins with internal clarity. Ganesha lost his old self, but gained a universal identity. Parvati gained a son honored by all. Shiva's loss created a god who brings balance to the world. Sometimes, letting go of the old is the only way to make space for something far greater.